Today we're going to discuss about the accounting for bonds payable. Usually the borrowing entity, borrows money directly no, from the bank. So the bank, we call this one as the financial intermediaries. It is because the public will course their money, deposit their money here, or invest their money in the bank, and the bank will lend it to other entities that are needing capitalization. Yun yung mangyayari. Or the borrowing will directly go to the other entity, in which the resources na pwede nilang ipaborrow doon sa borrowing entity is very limited lang. Okay? Now, because of that limitation, ang borrowing entity, didiretso sila sa public instead na dadaan sa bank. So, yun yung tinatawag natin na direct borrowing dito. Kasi directly talaga sa public. Itong public na sinasabi natin, ito yung tinatawag natin na financial markets. Kung saan nandun yung mga various investors sa mga equity securities, at investors sa mga debt securities. Okay. Now, in order to have this direct borrowing, ang gagawin ng borrower or ng borrowing entity is mag-issue sila ng bond certificate. Each bond certificate has this what we call denomination or yung face value. Okay, tawagin na natin yung denomination. So they are free starting from 500. So let's say yung denomination nila is 10,000 for every certificate. Then meron niyang stated interest rate. Okay, stated interest. Ito yung amount na babayaran on actual by the borrower. Sabihin natin 10% a year. Pag nakakita ka ng rate or interest rate doon sa bond certificate, ang ibig sabihin yan, that is good for 1 year. Okay, so ito yung willing to pay by the borrowing entity. However, pagdating sa market, doon naman sa mga investors, meron din naman silang willing to earn na interest. Ito yung interest rate na tinatawag natin na market interest rate or prevailing rate. So pare-pareha lang yan sila. Okay. So ito yung gusto nila ma-earn out sa bond certificate mo, pero ito yung willing na or babayaran ng borrowing entity. So ngayon, mayroon tinatawag natin na conflict or discrepancy, which is 2% na interest. Ang problema ngayon, paano ba ito i-address yung 2%? Now, if you're suggesting na simple siguro i-change lang or mag-reprint ng bond certificate yung borrowing entity, i-change lang nila yung interest rate from 12%, gawin na lang nilang 12%, from 10%, gawin na lang nilang 12% para wala ng away. Pero it's not that simple as that. Kasi yung reprinting, hindi po yun inaalaw, yung ganon. So therefore, the interest will stay at 10%. However, because the market or the investors, sila kasi yung nanghihingi kung magkano yung babayaran mo, so sila yung masusunod. So ano yung gagawin para ma-reconcile yung dalawa? So ang gagawin niyan is yung 10,000 na hiningi mo na utang, babawasan niya nila ng discount. Okay, yan ang mangyayari. So babawasan nila ng discount. Ngayon, itong discount, so example, ang ibabawas nila is 500. Therefore, ang marireceive mo lang upon the issuance of certificate for one bond certificate is 9,500. But still, you are paying 10% based on the 10,000. So, ganon ang mangyari. Bakit? Kasi itong discount, this is a compensation for the 2% difference. Ito ay magsisilbing bilang prepaid interest mo. Kumbaga, sige, bayaran mo na lang yung interest, immediately in the form na yung i-release namin na na loan para sa iyo is less than na doon sa face value. Ito yung face value. Okay. So, syempre naman, papayag yung borrower in that case. But in the accounting, kailangan itong ma-address. Paano ito ma-address itong 500 na prepaid interest ngayon? Okay. Now, halimbawa, if the term of this bond is 3 years, 3-year ito, in other words, magbabayad ng interest yung ating borrower over 3 years. So, ito ngayon yung magsisilbi niya na source of the interest expense. Una na source niya is yung payment ng interest. Magkano yon? Which is 1,000 a year. Ayun. Then, yung ikalawa naman is yung amortization of this 500. Ito yung amortization of the discount na 500. So, every year, mayroong portion of that 500 na i-allocate dito. Which is ang computation is not as simple or straightforward. So, kailangan nyo na mayroon tayong tinatawag na effective interest rate method, which will be discussed on our other videos na separate videos for a focus. Okay, yun yung gagamitin natin sa pag-amortize in order to compute how much of this 500 will be allocated each year dito sa first year, sa second year, at saka sa third year. Okay, so hanggang sa matapos. Ang ating interest ngayon as a result ay composing of the payment plus the amortization each year. Okay? So ito yung total natin na interest expense. So hindi lang yung interest expense natin is limited to the payment of interest that we do, which is 1,000 each year, but also the amortization of the discount, which serve as our interest or prepaid interest is because the investor at saka yung ating borrower does not agree when it comes to their interest rate. So to reconcile that again, going back to the earlier na discuss natin is they need to reduce or to less or deduct something out of the principal or the face value of that bond certificate para again ma-address yung differences nila sa interest rate. Then that difference will serve as a discount as a prepayment for the interest. Okay, that's all for today for the discussion of this accounting bonds payable. Thank you.